Right, hi everyone, I'm Nushma. I'm a graduate structural engineer at Curtains. Don't worry, our presentation today is quite short. We do know it's lunchtime almost. So this is my colleague Kathleen and Omar, and we'll talk to you about the benefits of being a STEM ambassador. So I joined my firm in September 2016, last year, after graduating from the University of Manchester. In my third year of studies, I decided to be a STEM ambassador. And since then, I've been involved in several activities, really. For instance, last year I was in Oldham at the Big Bang event, representing the Institution of Structural Engineers. I am also a committee member of iStruct's Young Members panel, and our committee strongly encourages us to be STEM ambassadors and go out there, promote structural engineering to younger people. So we even have our own STEM activities catalogue, and we use that to kind of see what props we'll use for what activities. So on the far left picture, you can see a Mola kit, which we use to illustrate and demonstrate structural concepts very easily. It's a very interactive way of illustrating those concepts. I've also been involved in several other events where, for instance, I've done a Spaghetti Bridge challenge at the Museum of Science and Industry. I've done a Kahoot quiz once when I was promoting women in engineering. I've even used Jenga once. So you can tell I've done a variety of events, and each one of them has been a very much interesting and fun time that I've had. I do really enjoy being a STEM ambassador, and to answer the question of why be a STEM ambassador, well, first of all, I really like meeting new people. It's a very exciting opportunity for me to meet new people, be around teachers, mathematicians, not just engineers, but people of different engineering background, educational backgrounds. It's a fantastic opportunity to network. I do really love kids, and I absolutely love structures. So for me to be able to promote engineering, structural engineering, and be with kids, it's the perfect combination as a STEM ambassador. So I would really recommend being a STEM ambassador to anyone who wants to go out there, tell people what they do, what it is that they do, what is the day-to-day job. It's just really interesting to be around that. And also, it's a great way for me to promote and further develop my own skills, really, which I think is very much important for everyone. So yeah, that's about it, really. I do enjoy being a STEM ambassador, and I'll leave it to Caitlin next. Thank you.
So I'm Kathleen Harrison. I'm a principal civil engineer for Jacobs, and I work over in Salford Quays. I graduated from the University of Bradford in 2001, civil and structural engineering. I'm also a chartered civil engineer, and in 2013 I did a master's in construction management because I was a bit bored. And I've been a STEM ambassador for over 10 years now. So, the Big Bang events, which I'm sure quite a lot of you have heard about, they're across the country, and I've done several, both in Liverpool and in Manchester, representing the ICE. And I always find these fascinating because as well as what we're presenting and telling everybody what we're doing, you get to see what everybody else is doing as well, which is why these events are great, so you can find out lots of other stuff. And also you get to meet all these great kids who are usually bonkers about science. So it's really great to get their enthusiasm and sort of like feed off them. Some of the other events that I've done, I have done quite a mixture over the years. So the Tetrahedron Challenge was actually something that we did in the Museum of Science and Industry a couple of years ago, where you create a tetrahedron out of dowel rods that's big enough actually for you to stand inside, which is the photo up at the top. Obviously, I'm a female engineer, so I do tend to get asked to come along to encourage women into engineering, which again, I'm completely and utterly happy to do. I am a sad geek, passionate about engineering, and I'm happy to get anybody interested and involved. There is a skills shortage, as other presenters have mentioned. So, you know, why do women not want to go into engineering? I don't know. I think it's great. So I do tend to do quite a lot of women into engineering events. And also I help and support the IC's Graduate and Students Committee, who obviously are encouraging and supporting our younger members in the industry. So, why am I ambassador? Well, it is to promote civil engineering to the younger generation. I am passionate about it. I am the type of person who will go and take pictures usually of bridges, although I'm not a bridge engineer, and stick them on Facebook and LinkedIn because I am absolutely fascinated, and I hope to pass that passion on to others. it helps me develop my communication skills, because you could be talking to any number of people. It could be like today where you've got a lecture theatre full of people, or you could be talking to a classroom of 5-year-olds, and those take different skills. And actually, for my own personal professional development, that's something that I can then use in my day-to-day real life that helps me and it helps my employer. It also helps me find out about different skills and technologies. You know, when we were talking with one of the other presenters about getting the young people in because they know about apps and Snapchat and things like that, you know, some of these 6-year-olds use technology in ways I've never even thought of, and you never get that opportunity to interact with them until you do these events, and it's absolutely brilliant. And you know, you get to meet new people. So if you're interested in trying to develop your career in that way, being a STEM ambassador is great, because you'll get so much out of it rather than just sitting here preaching to people. You'll really benefit yourself and your future career. Omar.
Hello everybody, so I'm the last speaker between you and your lunch, so you should you should feel good about it. So my name is Omar Costilla-Reyes. I am a PhD student here at the University of Manchester. I'm currently in my 3rd year, so it's my final year. So I have some experience with research, and my research topic is on intelligent systems for sensors, different kind of sensors. So I'm doing the algorithm part with machine learning. So my interest is in detecting patterns in science and technology to different applications, for example, security. I'm using footsteps to know who a person is, using machine learning techniques, and also we're trying to find dementia biomarkers with machine learning as well, so it's very interesting. So before that, I did a master's at the University of North Texas in Texas, United States, and I've been a STEM ambassador since September 2016. But I've been involved in volunteer activities almost all my life since I was a child, so I've been very involved into being a volunteer to share science with others. So for example, that is a demonstration I did while I was in Texas. It's a robot that goes around the room for a conference that it was related to explore the themes between relationships, humankind of robots, culture, and the stars. So what I did is I have this robot over here that has a laptop on it, and it can go around the room, and it prevents to bump into you just by using the vision system that you can see over there, which is a Kinect. So it takes the images of where is it going and tries to obey the people that's around. So it was very fun, and a lot of people was interested, and just I told them, okay, so this is the algorithms they use, this is what you do once the data comes into the sensors and what the robot has to do. So it's very interesting to share that kind of knowledge with people that don't know much about it and that they're interested into pursuing a scientific career. So we are I'm representing STEM right now, and I'll be outside if you want to talk to me about becoming a STEM ambassador, but almost everybody can join and do volunteer activities for children or for different events that they put on the webpage. I can tell you more about it if you're interested. So why I'm interested in doing this kind of things? So I want to share my love for science. I want to say why is it important, why is it useful to everybody, and why you should care and maybe pursue a career if that's what interests you. Also, I'm very interested into young people, to share with young people as you do, because maybe you're the next Nobel Prize, and I'm maybe you remember me. This guy told me about his robots, and he was telling me about machine learning, and now I am the next big scientist. So that's also very important for me, to influence people and to really make them see how science really is, because sometimes it's very boring how it's being taught at university. So I'm trying to put a different perspective onto it. And also, so I'm a scientist, so before me there was many scientists, millions of scientists before me, and I'm just building up on what they did. So it's also very important for me to kind of retribute what I have received from others. So this is also a way to do that. And so finally, as others said, it's also very important chance to network. I met them today, so it's very like a networking opportunity is very useful for that. Well, thank you guys.